Hello. Happy morning. Good morning. A very, very warm welcome to everyone who is a part of. I've heard there are a lot of people who are part of this particular free session that we are doing. A very warm welcome to all of you. And yes, it is indeed a fantastic day. It's an amazing day. So I would like to start off with saying that we are really happy that we got so many responses from you guys. And good morning, Nandini. And I'm really happy to be here, to be with you guys, and to be sharing whatever little knowledge that I have with all of you. All right. So it's on the dot 10. So can we wait for a couple of minutes? Like, shall we wait for some time till the rest of the students log in, and then we'll go ahead and start the class. Till then, I would suggest uh, you just tell me from where you are, which college or where you from. Good morning, all. Good morning, all. Okay, I have Tej from Malegaon, Pune. Wow. Okay. HKBK Bangalore. Senior Ashish, Senior Training and Placement Officer Ashish Tiwari. Welcome to you, sir. Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. Uh, TGPCET Nagpur. RIT Institute of Technology. Okay. Saint Clarinet from Bangalore. All right. Nice. Good. Nice. 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 It's nice to see so many people. Central University of Jharkhand. Wow. We have Ajinkya from Nagpur, Malegaon, Claret College, UVC. Oh, we have someone from UVC. Nice. APS also. Nice. Good morning, all. Baramati, Pune. Wow. MVSR Engineering College, Hyderabad. Okay. I'm just killing time. To be very honest, I'm just killing time because I think we should give the first 5 minutes in the benefit of the people who are uh, yet to join. Uh, we still have 2 minutes to go, and then we would go ahead and talk about resume, and the last hour we'll keep it for question and answers. Okay, so. Uh, Government College of Engineering, Amravati, SPS from Malegaon. Okay. We have quite a few from Claret College and from Malegaon. Sharmila Ganesh from SGI. Okay. Shivkumar Raipur. Great, 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 great to see so much of energy coming in. Excuse me. UVC, Bangalore, nice. Rakshit from Bangalore, okay. Varsha, Devangan, okay. Shailesh, Anusha from East Point College, Bangalore. Arjun Lokesh from St. Claret. Kirtan Tej, Varsha, and Lakshmi from Raipur, Sandhya. Okay, okay. All right. So let's go ahead and let me start the introduction about uh, Navneet Hanumantappa from BMSCE. All right, great. Nice to see that even BMS students are joining in. Wonderful. Um Great, guys. I think it's 5 minutes up. I think we should start off with the class. And to start off with, what I would like to talk about is why so much of hue and cry behind a resume, and why is there so much of tension when it comes to interviews? Why is there so much of uh, confusion when it comes to infuse? Why are there so many scared people around? Was I scared during my first interview? Of course I was scared. All right, because there was no one to tell me what to do, what not to do. But now you have the internet, now you have your own teachers and lecturers, you have a lot of training institutes to tell you what is right, what is wrong. But then what we are still scared. We are still scared. Why are we scared? What is that which is scaring us? Right? So when I start looking into that area, even when I was a student, when I started looking at why was I scared during my first interview, the answer to it was I was always trying to think about the question that the interviewer is going to ask. I never thought about what I can do to better my answers. All right. I always wanted to think about what the interviewer will ask, what kind of a question he'll ask, what kind of a super answer I can give that he will be impressed with me, and so on and so forth. I never ever thought about uh, telling how can I, improve my own answers. All right. Now, resume writing is one part of it. Resume building is an entirely different part. Now, what is resume building? It's all about the things that you have to do so that you can have an enriched resume. All right. And enriched, what do I mean by enriched resume? Like, some people say, so I have just a one-page resume. Why? Because I did not do anything. That's the whole point. See, I'm going to look at it from a very straightforward and a very practical point of view. Okay. We all know our examination marks, right? 10th, we were somewhere around 90s. 12th, we were somewhere around 80s. By the time we reach BE, it is somewhere around 70s. All right. Maybe not the case for everyone, but most of us. This is the case when we reach uh, BE. Now, in such a situation, when the first question that the interviewer will ask is, why is your marks constantly going down? What is the reason that your marks is constantly going down? And the answer to that has to be something, what do you say? Uh, it has to be something concrete. All right. It cannot be something like, no, B was a little more tough. B was, I did not have enough teachers. You cannot pass the blame on to someone else. All right. It has to be you. All right. You have to take up the responsibility of what you've done and what you've not done. So why do you need to build your resume? What are the things that you can do to build your resume? I'm going to talk about that first, and then I'm going to come towards how to write a resume. So what are the things you can do to build your resume? There are so many student body organizations. There are so many, I mean, in your own college, there are so many things that you can do. All right. So, okay. When you are like, you can join IEEE, you can join the student organizations in your group, you can join the cultural organizations in your group, you can join any of the social organizations outside your college, you can join uh, these certified study groups. All right, you can go anywhere and be a part of it. Now, why do you have to be a part of it? Okay, the reason you have to be part of it is because whenever whenever they look at your marks, you can always have something to fall back on. All right, your resume is just not one page. You have done a lot of other things other than just attending college and by hearting whatever is given to you and, like, finishing with it. All right, there is a reason as to why you're supposed to be a part of all these groups. And the reason is you will get more exposure. Like in your resume, when you write, I have leadership quality, I'm a very good team member. The first question anyone is going to ask is, how do you know that you are a very good team member? How do you know that you have leadership qualities? So you have to back it up with a trustable story. You really have to back it up with a trustable story. All right. So when that's the case, please ensure that whenever you write whatever skills that you have, you know what you're talking about. I can talk about uh, leadership skills because I was part of a project, or I was part of a dance group. I was part of whatever you are a part of, and you can say there I have faced a lot of issues. Like, people didn't agree, people did not always coordinate, people did not always come together. So I had to put in that extra mile and then come back. So whatever it is, all right. There you have an example to talk about. But if you just write, I'm honest, I am good, I am hardworking, and you expect the person in front of you to believe what you're saying, it's not going to happen. It's really not going to happen. All right. So you need to have a solid story to back up whatever skill sets you write. You say you have you have leadership skills, then go ahead, back it up with a story as to what you did. You're a very good team player, very good. Back it up with a story that you have done. All right. So it is not just about uh, writing those skills. You need to back it up with a story. All right. And for you to back it up with a story, you need to be a part of a lot of uh, 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 you need to have a lot of experiences, to cut it short. All right, you need to have a lot of experiences, and only through your experiences you can talk. And also, when there is also a very beautiful way of handling the marks which has been constantly coming low. You can say, see, when I came to my engineer, when I entered my engineering rather, it was just not about studying anymore. My 10th and my 12th, it was all about what do you say? It was all about studies and like, you know, it was all about what were the formulas and stuff like that. And you came back and you wrote, all right. But uh, when it comes to BE, it was just not educating myself. I also wanted to enrich myself with a lot of experiences of being amongst people, talking amongst people, all right, and then proving my metal. Okay, so please, where this is your resume building phase. If any one of you are young, so you are in a resume building phase, so go ahead and be a part of a lot of student body organizations. Go and talk to your college lecturers, ask them what are the best things that you can pick up for yourself. uh, so this is how you're going to have a sizable resume. All right. So talk to people. All right. Someone wants Hindi. I am so sorry. I do not know Hindi. Aata bhi hai, to for the benefit of everyone, I am going to speak in English. Those of you who cannot understand English, especially like Diano, you can leave the group. You can first, yeah, like you know, go learn English and then come back. All right. So this particular session is only for people who are well versed in English. All right. Anyway, that's not the concern over here. Okay. So the resume building phase. What else can you do to build your resume apart from those of you who are in sports? Don't play, stop playing sports. All right. It's very important that you continue playing sports. All right. Those of you who are into giving what do you say? Uh, a lecture or giving state level, national level paper presentations, and so on and so forth. Uh, Please go ahead and continue doing whatever you're doing. It all this will reflect under your uh, co-curricular activities. All right. So please continue whatever you're doing. It is very important, and make sure that you do something else other than just reading and writing and so on and so forth. All right. So as and when I dive deeper into the resume writing concept, I will tell you about what is important, why it is important, and what you can do to make it better. All right. So without any further ado, I am going to go ahead and talk about things which uh, is a part of this. All right. So, with the contents of the resume, first we are going to understand the difference between what is a biodata, what is a resume, and what is a curriculum vitae. All right. First, we are going to understand the difference of that. And then it's going to come down to the contents of the resume. And finally, the font, the style, and the size. Most importantly, the do's and do nots of a resume. And finally, I have a skeleton of a resume which I'm going to show to you, and please check whether it makes any difference to you, yes or no. All right. So, whatever I'm teaching over here is not the Holy Grail. It is not the Holy Bible. It is not the Quran. It is not the Bhagavad Gita. All right. I want you guys to go ahead and be creative, but make sure whenever you're writing a resume, these particular contents are there in your resume. All right. Give it a thought. All right. And then write your resume. Guys, the first thing that I would like to tell you is if you're going to write, if you're going for any interview, make sure that you write your resume. Do not copy someone else's resume because it was your hard work. All right. There are a lot of people who come to interviews. All right. There are a lot of people who come to interviews, and then they start when we start asking questions about their resume, they do not know. All right. What would have happened? You would have gone to your senior. You would have said, "Bhai, tere ko which college did you get selected into?" All right. So the moment, I mean, sorry, which company did you get selected into? They would tell the name of the company, and probably that's the company you like. So what you do? Can I share your resume? Control A, Control C, Control V. You will change your name, you will change your phone number and your email address. Some of the details you forget to change. And in the interview, you come with the same resume. You give me the resume, and when I look at your resume and I start asking you questions about your resume, which you have given to me, and you do not have answers to it, you create a very bad impression about yourself. And most of the times, people get eliminated because they do not know the objective of the resume that they've written. There are flowery languages when it comes to writing the objective. People say, I am an extensively what do you say, curious and interested human being to give the best of my ability to the company, and I want sure. Did you write it? Are you sure you wrote it? And if at all you can explain, if you can't explain your objective, what's the point of writing it then? If you didn't prepare your own objective for your first interview, your life's first interview, what's the point? Right? So I will tell you how to write the resume. We will talk about what are the things which should constitute in a resume, and this is the content of the particular resume. All right. So here, first we are going to learn about the differences between a biodata, a resume, and a curriculum vitae. All right. So what is the main difference between a resume, a curriculum vitae, and a biodata? Biodata is more of a biography of a human being. When I say biography of a human being, I am talking about the physical aspects, your appearance, your height, your height, your weight, the way you talk, all right, which caste, creed, religion you belong to, all right, your basic biological information is called as your biodata, all right. What is a curriculum vitae? A curriculum vitae bears the information about your academic excellence, all right. A curriculum vitae is written by people who are interested in going for higher education, or to people who are interested in applying for a post of an academician. Academician means a lecturer or a teacher. So basically, in a curriculum vitae, you need to elaborate more on what you have studied, what you have researched, what are the points of responsibility you have used, what is your academic proficiencies, where have you done your researches. All right, it's all about education. You write a curriculum vitae to talk about your proficiency in a particular language, in a particular subject, in a particular area of whatever it is. All right, your proficiency. You talk about your proficiency in a curriculum vitae. All right. Now, what does a resume do? A resume discloses all the information which is relevant to the designation that you are applying to. My dear friends, it's not position, it is a designation. You apply for a particular designation in a company. Okay. So that's how you go ahead and write your resume. All right. So first of all, a resume discloses information about the designation you're applying for, your skill sets. It should encompass information about your volunteering projects, your internships, your co-curricular activities, your achievements, so on and so forth. All right. So what you write is a resume and not a curriculum vitae or a biodata. All right. So I hope this part is clear for all of you. Give me a thumbs up if at all this is good with so far. Are we good? Give me a thumbs up, please. Have you understood so far? All right. Great. Now, um, shall we move on? Contents of a resume. What are the contents of a resume? All right. Um, the contents of a resume are objective, academic qualification, additional qualification, projects, internships, achievements, co-curricular activities, personal information, and of course the place, date, and signature. These are the contents of the resume which you need to please be to make sure that these things are there in your resume. All right, please make sure that these things are there in your resume. All right, I'm going to spend a little time over here. Objective. What's the meaning of objective? Objective is nothing but the purpose of you writing the resume. All right, academic qualification, it is self-explanatory. You do not have to worry about it. It's just about your education. Additional qualification, apart from your education, what else did you study? What are the what are the initiatives that you undertook? All right, for on your own. All right, you cannot say like, I've done my C because they are part of your education. So apart from that, what have you learned? All right, what are the workshops you have attended? What are the languages you've learned on your own? What is your proficiency in those? All right, so those are your academic qualifications. Then of course your projects. What are the projects that you worked on? All right, internship. Where did you go do your internship? Was it a relevant internship or was it a generic internship? All right, if when I say, what do I mean by a relevant internship, is the designation that you're applying for and the internship that you did should have something in common. All right, that is called as uh, relevant internship. All right, you're an engineer and you went for a marketing internship, is not a relevant internship. But does it count as an internship? Yes, of course, it counts as an internship, just for not the designation of a technical aspect, like a coder or a tester or whatever you are, or whatever you aspire to be. You've done a marketing internship; it's nowhere related to what do you say, the designation that you're applying for. However, if you want to apply for a sales and marketing kind of designation, then of course it makes a lot of, it adds a lot of value. All right. Now, after internship is achievements, all of us would have some kind of achievements, preferably in the recent areas when it comes to your BE. All right. I would like to know the achievements that you have gained in your BE. All right, and co-curricular activities. After it, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And there is also one thing. All right, there used to be a saying when I was young: "Jack of all trades, master of none." It meant that you are good at everything, but you're not a master in any. And these days, the whole gamut has changed. They want jacks. They want jack of all and master of one. You be a master in one, but at the same time, you need to know a lot of other things. All right, you need to know how to function in a team. You need to know how to handle crisis. You need to know how to handle pressure. You need to know how to handle conflicts within the team. You need to know how to be a good team member. You need to have leadership skills. You need to have amazing communication skills. So it's a circle. All right, it's a circle. All right, and that only can be enhanced with your co-curricular activities. And that's what people are looking for these days: jack of all and a master of one. All right, technically you're a master of one, and you are a person who is approachable. You are a person who can be spoken to, you are a person who has a smile on your face every time you speak, that's exactly whom the company wants. All right. It's just not your marks. Guys, let me tell you something. Your marks will I'm live now. ಹಲೋ. ಅದು ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಕಿತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಯ್ತಮ್ಮ. ಯಾವ್ದು ನನ್ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. I'm back now. I'm back now. I'm back now. Yeah, yeah, I'm already back. Okay, back. Okay. Okay, 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 back. Uh, I got disconnected. To be very can't help. Uh, so we were at co-curricular activities, right? So we were talking about how uh, other things are required for you to make sure that your resume is better than the other people. Okay. Now, after that is personal information. When we are talking about personal information, we are talking about just a couple of things. All right. Your name is already there in the resume. All right. So you do not have to repeat that. And again, personal information is not something absolutely required until unless your resume is leaving the country. Personal information is not required. Okay. Finally, the place, date, and signature. The place and date would be of the date you are submitting, and of course, it has to be your signature. All right. So let's look into the nitty gritties of what do you say? A resume. The heading. A lot of people I see that once you are writing a resume, the first thing on your resume is resume. Why would you write that? We know that it is a resume. Why would you again still go ahead and tell that it is a resume? No need of you writing a resume. All right. So the first thing on your resume should not be resume. All right. We know it's a resume. All right. You can start off with your name, your mobile phone number, and your email address. All right. Your full name. All right. Your first and your last name. All right. My name is Akshay Agasthya. So my first name is Akshay. My last name is Agasthya. All right. So your full name, like if some of you do not have a last name, which is usually an initial, which is your father's name, then just write your name as per it appears on your Aadhaar card or your voter's ID or so on and so forth. Okay. Second is your mobile phone number. When I say mobile phone number, it has to be your phone number that works, as well as your guardian's phone number, just in case your phone is dead or it runs out of battery and they happen to call you at the same time. There is an alternative number also. And with the next number, please write guardian or parent or whatever, whoever's number you're giving apart from yours, please write the relation. And email address, let it be a professional email address. Hot Harish, Super Smita, not happening. All right. It has to be your first name and your last name, along with a couple of numbers at Gmail or whatever email you prefer to have. All right. So please make sure all these contents are there in your resume, especially in the heading. All right. Your name, your mobile phone number, your email address. Now, this can be center aligned or it can be right aligned or left aligned. All right. That's not a problem. But don't start off your resume writing resume. It really irritates the person who's reading it. Okay. Now let's move on. Objective. There are a lot of ways to write objective. One is copying and pasting. The other one is, some people say, like, objective should be in a paragraph which conveys the whole message of the resume. All right. And but I have a 3-point strategy. All right. You can use this 3-point strategy if at all you like. Uh, this is the way I look at it. All right. And this sounds to be very practical. All right. The first one is the purpose of writing the resume. What is the purpose of you writing your resume? To apply for a particular designation in a company. So your first point is the purpose of this resume is to apply for a designation of a software engineer or a software architect or a cloud architect or somebody. All right. Uh, that particular designation in your esteemed organization. This is your first point. Second point, right? Talk about your strengths and eagerness. I am a hardworking, focused, dedicated individual with an opportunity, with waiting for an opportunity to showcase my skills and talent. All right. Strength and eagerness. Last one, expectations. What do you expect from the company? All right. First, you spoke about giving that you are a strong individual, you are a dedicated individual, you are a focused individual, a hardworking individual who's waiting for an opportunity to showcase your talent. Now, what do you expect in return? Salary is not the only thing we expect from a company. Please stop saying salary. Salary should be the last thing on your head right now. What you should be expecting right now is a lot of uh, what do you say? Exposure to newer technologies. The company should enable you to learn new technologies. The company should be able to assist you to, upskill yourself with new technologies, so on and so forth. All right. It has to be a conducive, meaning a healthy working atmosphere where the seniors would help the juniors to overcome their doubts or overcome their fear or overcome any sort of confusion that is there. And also, what you need to expect is a steady growth in your career. All right. So, exposure to technology, assistance when required, and obviously growth. All right. These should be the expectations. So, if you ask me hypothetically about the objective, how to write the objective, the purpose of the resume is to apply for a designation of a cloud architect. I am a hardworking and a focused individual with uh, uh, who is waiting for an opportunity to prove myself. I expect a healthy and a conducive working environment from my company. 3 points, and you can explain. Now, and let me tell you why I want you guys to write your own objective. Visualize this. You enter the room, you're sitting in front of the HR, and you give your resume, and they have a look at your resume, and the first thing they ask you, please explain your objective, and you do not know to explain your objective. What kind of impression are you creating? It's up to you to decide. It's up to you to decide. It's not me, it's not you. It's up to you to decide whether it's a good way to start an interview or it's a bad way to start an interview. They ask you to explain about the objective. Your first interview, your first point on your resume, and they ask you to explain your objective and you don't know what to talk because you haven't written it. How does it make sense? Do you think you're starting your career on the right path? You should be able to answer the question. All right. So if you think that you need to have a better approach towards your objective, here are the 3 points. You can make use of these 3 points and write your own objective. All right. Next, academic qualification. Now, when it comes to academic qualifications, there is a certain way you need to write it. The latest has to come the first, and the first has to come last. Meaning, you will first write about your bachelor's, then you will write about your diploma or your 12th standard, and then you'll write about your 10th. All right. So, if you have done your diploma and your 12th, then write both. If you have done your 12th, just write your 12th and then write about your BE. So first is BE, then 12th or diploma, and then your 10th. All right. It is called as reverse chronology. All right. Um, please make sure that you follow this. Tabulated makes it elegant. All right. If you put it in a tabulated form, it makes it look more elegant because otherwise you will write in paragraphs, and in paragraphs it becomes a little too painstaking to check what your marks are and where are you from and so on and so forth. All right. So please make sure that the tabulation is there, and please write your exact scores. Do not round off. All right. Do not round off. If at all you've got 5.69, it is not 5.70. If you got 7.89, it is not 8, it is 7.89 only. All right. So please make sure you write your exact scores. Now, in the tabulated form, what are you going to write? Institution's name, first one, qualification, second one, third is the board and the university, fourth is year of graduation, and fifth is your scores. All right. I know that some of you are posting your questions. Uh, guys, I would request you to kindly write down your questions and keep it ready so that when we have the last hour for the question and answer around, I'll be able to tell you answer all your questions. All right, so that would be more appropriate. So kindly write down all your questions, keep it ready, and when we reach that particular point, we will go ahead and discuss. All right. Now, Academic qualification, again, I'm going to repeat in a tabulated form. You need to write the name of the institution, that is name of your college. Qualification, BTech or BE, or whatever you studied, your bachelor's. Board or university, whichever board or university you're a part of, please write that. Year of graduation, it is not pass out. All right. A lot of people use pass out. You do not pass out. Only people who drink and fall on the road pass out. You graduate in your academics. You graduate, you complete, or you graduate your 10th, you complete your graduate your 12th, and you complete and you graduate your bachelor's. Please do not say pass out, it is graduate. All right. And finally, your scores. All right. Please make sure that all of you write your exact scores and not imaginary scores. Um, Additional qualification courses undertaken apart from academics. Like, for example, I can talk about a lot of people who have undertaken additional certifications. All right. Udemy, there are so many uh, places where you can go and pick up languages, right? So there are so many learning places where you can go and pick up languages. So we are talking about those, and there are so many workshops that you would have attended. Please write about the workshops that you've attended, the skill set, how many languages did you learn, and you're proficient about. Please talk about that during your term of education. It does not have to be like, only semester wise. Like, basically, what are the languages that you've learned? Please write about all those. Is certificate compulsory? No, certification is not compulsory, but if you write it and they ask questions about it, it is compulsory that you answer the question. All right. Certificate is not compulsory. What is here is compulsory. All right. You should know what you have learned. You should be able to answer questions what you learned and be frank enough. For example, when you're talking to somebody and I mean during your interview and you do not know the complete answer over there, you can always say, well, sir, I can try to answer this question, or well, ma'am, I can try to answer this question. I'm not too sure if this is right, but this is my attempt. And if you're wrong, accept it that you're wrong. Like, I'm sorry, sir or ma'am, I'm wrong. Okay. So please make sure that um, you know about the things that you write in your resume, because once you write it on your resume, we will ask questions about it. No matter what, we are going to ask you questions about it. Okay? Clear? All right, great. So let's move on. Projects. If you haven't done any projects, please don't write not applicable. If a project is not applicable to an engineer, who else is it applicable to? All right, guys, these days MBA people are doing projects. These days BCom guys are doing projects. BSc guys are doing projects. And if you have one project within 4 years, it really reflects very poorly on your resume. So please make sure that you have your projects done. All right. Don't till the college. A lot of common things that I hear from people is, sir, in our college, only in 7th or 8th semester, they let us to do project. What do you mean they let us to do project? Can't you do a project on your own? This shows the curiosity level, Baba. You initially will say, I'm very curious, I'm very eager to join the company. If you are very curious and very eager to join the company, where is it reflecting on your resume? Where is your preparation? Where are your projects? Where have you worked on it? It's not about just saying, it is about what you've done too. And diploma people, you can write your diploma ka project also. Don't write diploma project. All right, just write project. When they ask you, when did you do your project, then say, this was my diploma project. All right. The rest of you, buck up. If at all you haven't done a project, this is the time for you. Please go ahead and do your projects. It's very important. Right? Questions will be asked on the same. So be prepared. uh, especially non-IT people, they will ask you to explain your project. Even IT people, they will ask you to explain the project. All right. So whatever project you've done, be absolutely sure about what you've done in your project. Things to include whilst writing your resume. The things that you need to include is name of the project, technology used, and summary of the project within 2 to 3 lines. That's the maximum. All right. So name of the project, technology used, summary of the project within 2 to 3 lines is what is expected of you when you're writing of your project. Right. Don't write it in detail because it's better that you talk about it. All right. 2 lines is more than enough. And then explain your project. What did you do? All right. So this is about projects. Internships. Relevant internships add more value to the resume. Like I said, if you're applying for a designation of a coder or tester, and relevant internship will always will always add a lot of value to the resume. All right. So please make sure that you write about your internships. It's advised that you should have completed at least 2 internships. Now, if you haven't done it, it's okay. Don't write internship, and again, don't write not applicable. All right. If you haven't done it, don't write about it also. But if you have done it, very good. Uh, Contents of the internship details, name of the organization, right? The name of the organization, designation held, all right? What designation will be an intern only. What else would be the designation? Nature of work, what kind of work did you do as an intern? What was the work you did? And learning from the internship. All of this, 1 line each, not more. All right. 1 line each. Name of the organization, obviously. Designation held, obviously. Nature of work, 1 line. And learning from the internship, 1 line. Why I'm asking you to write only 1 line is because when you are asked to speak, go ahead and explain what you did in the internship and how it helped you. Talk about what all are the things that you learned. Exposure to a working environment is one of the things. Exposure to some technology is one of the things. Exposure to different kind of people and work is the other kind of thing. All right. So all these things put together, all right, you can talk about your internships. All right. So let's move on. Achievements can be both technical or personal. All right. Your achievements can be both technical or personal, preferably the most recent ones. If you write only about your school and your 12th and your college, then they'll ask you, what did you do in engineering? All right. So please make sure that you write about the most recent ones, basically what you did in your bachelor's. Don't oversell. Don't look like a gloater. There are some people who would have done a lot of things, all right, and achieved a lot of things. You select the best top six, top five, all right. How many points in achievements? Maximum 5. Okay. So don't oversell. Don't say I know everything, because they will come down and start asking you everything. All right. So be humble in an interview, and so should your resume be. Any district, state, or national level activities should be mentioned. All right. Be it in sports, be it in paper presentation, be it in projects, be it in inter-college fests. If at all you've been to any district, state, or national level activities, please do mention it. All right. It is an achievement, and please do mention it. Don't forget about it. Okay. So this is about achievements. Uh, when it comes to, well, not all of us would have achieved something. Some of us might have not achieved anything. All right. For us, it is like this is where we come into picture, co-curricular activities. Anything else other than your academic activities can be written over here. Who are you as a human being? All right. What have you done as a human being? All right. Like, do you see this picture over there which says cooking and Japanese and brain and beat language, games, gingerbread, guitar, Spanish. So, what have you done apart from engineering? Right? Are you a singer? Are you a dancer? Are you a percussionist? Or are you a chess player? Have you been a volunteer in your college activities, for your class activities? All right. So not necessary that you should have won something, but then even if you have participated in any of the activities and not won, it's okay. Put it over there. All right. All your volunteers, Swachh Bharat activities, blood donation activities, collection, money and food and cloth collection for the, like, for the needy and the required. All right. Any student club initiative and affiliation can be mentioned here. All right. Even if you're a part of any social activity or any non-formal activities, you can go ahead and mention Toastmasters. If you're a part of Toastmasters, you can talk about it over here. If you're a part of any Nritya academy, all right, you can talk about it over here. All right, this will add more value to your resume. All right, this is going to add more value to your resume. If at all you've practiced karate, if at all you've done judo, jiu-jitsu, or if you've done arts and painting, if you've done singing, mastery in singing, I mean, those are all great things. All right. So please don't feel shy not to write about it. Please to write about it and make your resume look full. All right, personal information. There is one thing missing over here, that is your date of birth. Please make sure that you add your date of birth, your father's name, permanent address, hobbies, languages known. Languages known will be the languages that you know to speak, read, and write. All right. So if your permanent address is different from your current address, then please do mention it. Hobbies cannot be just singing, reading newspaper. Some people last time I saw sleeping as a hobby. Sleeping is not a hobby, and probably that is not what you want to tell the person who is hiring you, that what you're good at doing is at sleeping. All right. So when it comes to your hobbies, please make sure that you talk about any activities that you've been doing regularly for a long time uh, without any interruption. I'm talking about those guys, singers and dancers who get yelled at home, even though they're very good dancers, they still get yelled at home because the parents don't believe in dance and dance forms and so on and so forth. All right. So, my dear friends, when it comes to hobbies, please be very choosy. Don't say listening. Again, listening to music. A lot of people say listening to music. But when we ask you what kind of music, you'll be like everything. And then we'll start asking you speak about Daft Punk. You'll be like, what? Right? So be specific. I listen to Hollywood, Collywood, Bollywood, plywood, teak wood, God knows which wood. All right, whatever kind of the genre of songs you listen to, please make sure that you mention it. All right. If you're reading into books and if it's only Chetan Bhagat that you've read, then please don't call yourself an avid reader. You should have at least read 4 to 5 authors to call yourself an avid reader. Uh, in addition to all of that, uh, some people write gardening as their hobby and they don't even know what are the different plants in their garden. All right. If you think gardening is a hobby, especially women, and you do not even know the name of the plants, then like that every boy is a gardener. They have been putting water to a lot of trees on the road from the time they're born. All right. So, what is a hobby? A hobby is something that we do, something constructive that we do in a free time which gives us pleasure. All right. So that's a hobby. So kindly figure out what is your hobby and write the appropriate hobby. Languages known, the languages that you know to read, write, and speak. All right. So along with that, please add your date of birth. All right. Finally, date and place and signature and full name. Always under your signature, your full name should be mentioned. So please make sure that your full name and date is the date you submit your resume, and the place is wherever you're submitting it. If it's online, where then write the place where you are from. Okay. Now let's get into the details, the nitty gritties. Font style: Times New Roman, Arial, or Century Gothic. You can use any of these three for font style. Font size, it's 12. For the headings, you can increase it to 14 or 16. Uh, Formatting, please make sure that all the headings and the subtext are well aligned. It's preferred to be left aligned. All right. So when it comes to formatting, please make sure there's enough space and the headings have their highlighting kind of effect, and it's all aligned in the same place. Okay. Do's and don'ts. The first thing that I need to show you guys. Uh, this is a piece of paper. Let's think this is a resume. A lot of people who come over here, who give resumes, they bring it like this. All right. The first one says no folding on the resume. People bring resumes like this. People bring resumes like this. And when I say there is no folding on the resume, I'm talking about this. Can you see this folding? I'm talking about this. All right. Even that folding should not be there on your resume. All right. Why? Because it is your resume. All right. And if you do not, it is your information on that resume. And if you do not respect your resume, then how do you expect others to respect your resume? Or you, as a matter of fact. All right. So carry a separate folder, keep all your resumes in that folder, and be safe about your resume. Please, no stains. All right. No lipstick stains. No, you took your resume to God and they put haldi and kumkum. No, no religious stains. All right. And no religious symbols also. Don't write Jai Ma Shakti and, like, whatever. All right. The crescent and the star and the crucifix, nothing. All right. So no religious symbols. Um, Having a separate folder for the resumes. Please make sure that you have a separate folder for all your resumes, all your documents that you need to carry for an interview. If all it's a face-to-face interview, if it's an online interview, you don't have to worry about it. You would have anyway sent a soft copy of your resume. Okay. Um, if it's a face-to-face interview, carry at least a minimum of 3 resumes with you. Do not reveal unnecessary information in your resume. Please make sure of that. Keep your resume clear and positive. All right. Let it be precise and to the point. And don't write any negative things on your resume. All right. For example, now, what if they ask, what is your weakness? Don't say I have no weaknesses at all. There is a way that how you're supposed to answer your weakness. We will talk about it in the second half of the session today afternoon, where we are going to where we are going to talk more on terms of how to answer the questions uh, in an interview. All right. The second half is more, we'll be discussing around 30 to 40 questions, and you can also come up with your questions and post it, and I'll be handling it. We are trying to get someone to do a live interview. I hope it works. If it works, well and good. If it doesn't work, sorry. Let's see how it goes. But what I want to tell you is, please keep the information in your resume positive and clear. All right, and do not forget to sign the resume. It is very important that your resume is signed, your resume is well vetted. All right, check for all the corrections, spelling mistake, grammatical errors. All right, check for it. All right, and check for alignment, and do not take one printout and photocopy the remaining two. All right, if you're taking printouts of your resume, please make sure that all your resumes are printed out. Do not take photocopy. It is not appreciated. Please remember this. All right, and uh, um, like I said, do not forget to sign your resume. It is going to be very difficult for people. I mean, rather, it is an incomplete resume. If at all you do not sign the resume, it's going to be an incomplete resume. Okay, so make sure you follow all these things, and you have the best of your resume put across. This is a sample of a resume. I'm not saying that this is the best resume possible. Please follow this resume. This is a sample resume. You can just have a look at it. Let me just put myself on. So have a look at it. This first would come your name, then your phone number and your mail ID. Your objective, either it has to be in what do you say, a paragraph, or it can be bulleted. It's up to you. All right. And then your educational qualification, your additional qualification, your projects, your internships, your achievements, and then your co-curricular activities, and then personal information. All right. Date and place, your full name in brackets, and signature above it. That's how the story goes. Okay. Um Is this the only way to write the resume? Should it be only black and white? No, it should not be only black and white. It can be in any. If you want to use colors, use sober colors and make sure that it looks good. There are many resume templates available in the market. Please use any of those templates. Absolutely well. It's not wrong, but make sure the information that you write is correct, right? That brings us to the end of resume writing and resume building. Now I am ready for your questions. Those of you who have any questions can go ahead and pop your questions. Ashwin Namdeo has a question. He says, "Sir, what can we do about the signature when we are sending the soft copy? You can attest, I mean, you can sign, you can scan and put it. All right. Aditya, repeat project and internship points. Okay. When it comes to your projects, please make sure that you do not write not applicable. Questions will be asked on your projects, whatever project you've done, the questions will be asked on that. And things to include in your project is name of the project, technology used, and summary of the entire project in 2 to 3 lines. All right, that is what is expected. If a company comes in sixth semester, we are not ready with project and we haven't done any internship, does it make a bad impression? Um Vishal, yes, it would actually be wrong if at all you would. I mean, come on, it's almost your sixth semester. If you haven't done, it's not about a right or wrong, my dear friend. It shows how much of uh, time you have put in into your own uh, career. Is it necessary to give resume only in one page? If yes, then who? What? No, it's not necessary that you need to give a one-page resume. You can have a two-page resume. And okay, that was about projects. This is about internships. Relevant internships add more value. It is advised that you should complete at least 2 internships. What are the things that you need to write about your internships? Name of the organization, designation held, nature of work, and learning from the internship. All right, these are the things which are expected. All right. Sir, why do we need 3 copies of resume? It is not necessary, but just in case, have it handy. Don't say I don't have it. All right. Uh, no, okay. Can we laminate our resumes like we do for our marks cards? No, Anusha, you should not laminate your resume because for every interview that you go, your resume has to be different. Kritika, what kind of projects we can do? Is it necessary to link with the stream? Yes, Kritika, you are supposed to do projects in line with whatever you're studying. All right. Uh, Whatever you're studying, it has to be in line with that. It is not necessary that you do project only linked towards your stream. If you can do some other project which is interesting and you are interested in that, go ahead, you can do, do that project, no problems at all. Any more questions? Keep the questions coming in, please. I'm open for your questions. Please chat. Please put your questions in the chat and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Yes, it is very necessary to carry your mark sheets with you. What trending technology on which we can make projects? Python is the most trending technology right now. You can do projects on Python, you can do projects on Ruby on Rails, or you want to write C sharp, or I don't know. It's up to you. What are you uh, what do you say, familiar with? What are you familiar with? What do you see yourselves working with? It's all about you. You should be able to complete the project and talk about it. Nayan, I hope I answered your question. And it's not necessary that you do only in trending technology. Projects are not to check whether you're aware of what technologies are trending. It is to see how curious and how inclusive you are when it comes to your learning. All right. So uh, it's just not about trending technologies. Anyone with any more questions? Okay. Chandrakala says, sir, in the interview, the entire selection process is based on resume only. Yes. Is there any particular font size and style of words to follow? I think I showed it to you, right? These are the font styles. Uh, Manjula. Um, Muthu Mani says, which type of project best for civil engineer? If you want to be a civil engineer, then you can do civil engineering projects. But if at all you want to get into the IT, then do the IT projects. Syed Sahu, are you an Indian? Well, I don't think it is appropriate. Is there anything to be taken care of when the resume shortlisting listing is being done by AI? The certain things that you need to be careful of whenever it comes to resumes is that everything should be well formatted. The kind of language that you use should be pleasing, and all the relevant information should be present. That's about it. Sir, I am from Tripoli. What do you advise for placements in IT sector? Well, Anu, you being from Tripoli, what else have you done? What are the languages that you have learned towards getting an IT job makes it more relevant, all right? Have you learned C? Have you learned C++? Apart from C, C++, what have you learned to get a job in IT sector? That would make the major difference. If we mentioned online course, certificates is necessary to show it. Rohit Pawar, no. If you've done online courses and you have not got certificate, it's okay. But when they ask you questions about it, you should be able to talk about it. All right. You say that you've done C sharp, all right, but you don't have a certificate. Fair enough. But if they ask you questions on that, please make sure that you answer. Any more questions? Anu, Anusha, and Rohit Pawar, I hope I have answered your questions. Any more questions? Anybody with any more questions? Okay, whether the fluency in English matters? No, it does not matter. It's just about how you speak and how the person in front of you understands. All right, it's not that you have to be an English professional. As long as you speak and the person in front of you understand, it's more than enough. Anu. Nayan says, which certificates will highlight my resume as I'm a professional? Nayan, I would suggest that you get in touch with your company, because if since you're already a professional, they might need certifications from certain companies. All right. So please make sure you get in touch with your company and ask them what kind of certification they want. Shweta MRS, any template or sample that you would prefer? No, I would not prefer any template or sample. All right. As long as it's a resume and it's in the right order, it's more than enough. All right. You're doing the right thing. Uh, I also have the same doubt. Okay, all right, your voice. Okay, I hope the voice thing is taken care of. Can you please revise resume writing content once again? I just did, Sharmila. Uh, okay. Sir, in this pandemic situation, I do not get kind of online internships that is up to the standard of corporate level. So is it mandatory to mention those internship in any kind of internship is an internship? All right, you do not have to worry about whether it is up to the corporate level or not. You really do not have to worry about it. If you've done an internship and if it is relevant, please go ahead and talk about it. What? Vishal Rashinikar, sir, please share something about our getup. I'm not too sure I understand. Are you talking about what you need to wear? You need to wear formals, as simple as that. And anyway, all the interview related things we will talk in the second half, which is going to start at, uh, I think it's from 2 to 5. I will talk to you about the interview when we come to the second half of the session. Okay. Internship certificates are compulsory for resume. Not exactly. Is it necessary to add hobbies in personal information? No. Is video will be available after live session? I am no, it would not be available, Mr. Reddy. All right, the last 5 minutes for questions. Anyone interested, please go ahead and ask questions. The last 5 minutes for questions, and then I will meet you guys at 2 o'clock precisely with the interview related questions and interview related preparations. And we are also going to talk about some of the FAQs which are asked. All right. So great. So one resume format sent through Sendo mail, sir. Sure. We will make a format available for you and you can download it. please send in your email addresses or leave your email addresses, and we will make sure that we will send you a sample. I'm not too sure about the current technologies used in Triple E, my dear friend. All right. Thank you so much. If that's all we have for today, thank you so much for being a part of this session. It was great interacting with you, and I will see you on the other side. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And see you all at 2, where we are going to discuss about frequently asked questions in an interview. And we will talk in detail about how to answer those questions and so on and so forth. So please be available, and please be please carry a pen and a book just in case, so that you can make points as and when we speak. All right. So thank you so much. I'll see you on the other side. See you at 2. Tada. Bye bye. Take care.